Hi guys, welcome back, and in today's video I want to share with you guys my weekly check-in for week number 2 of October before our paycheck number 2. So if you guys watch my previous check-in, you guys know that we are definitely over budget for this 2 weeks for this pay period, and we are adjusting. So for week number 2 of October, it's from 10/11 to the 17th. We don't have any bills for this week. The only thing we had is just groceries, and then we had entertainment money spent. So we only had left $146 from our previous week, and this was basically mainly groceries, and we include our toiletries in our groceries budget. So I did have toiletries in the previous week, but this week we just got like a full load of groceries, and that was my husband, because this is what happens when your husband goes grocery shopping without a list. He just went buying and buying and buying. So he ended up spending $150 pretty much, and that went over our budget when I had initially told him just to spend like $50. So because of that, I ended up going into our not an emergency fund, but our money that we had left behind from our previous paycheck in September. So in September we had $129 left from our budgeting, and it hadn't been touched at all for the previous 2 paychecks, but we had to use it for this one because I did not want to go into using credit cards and then having to pay ourselves back and forth. So now I'm just gonna transfer that here, and then we'll go with what we have left. So, and this is just a way that how I keep everything tracked, so that I can know like, okay, overall how much we spend in each category, so that we can budget better for the next one. So our groceries were actually bought on Sunday. So I'm gonna put all these here. Personal, I did not spend anything on personal. Then blue is our groceries, so I'm gonna put $150. And then green is entertainment, and I'm gonna put 28 plus 33, 61. And then we haven't spent anything for my son or anything else. So the total for that is 150 plus 61 to 211. It's how much we spent. And this, our fund money is in yellow. No spend on those days. So it looks like we had a total of $336 plus $211, $547. We spent total of that. So we spent a total of $147 in this past 2 weeks, which is ridiculous because we only had like $100 to budget for, but I ended up having to go into my husband paid for some of the stuff, and this is my husband like spending money, so he had only spent a few dollars, so he pretty much paid some of this. Well, actually he paid all of this, and I just put $20 because we had $20 cash when we went on Saturday. But 146 plus 129 equals 275. That's how much we had for this week, and we spent 149, well actually 150, And then here my husband paid for all of that. The only thing that I ended up paying with cash was $20. So 170 minus 275, we should have $105 left. And that is, this is my cash wallet that I use, and I was using envelopes, but I just didn't like using envelopes anymore. So grocery money is completely gone. And then we have some change here that I need to get rid of. And I have this little, and then this is my miscellaneous, and I was just writing down, keeping track of the things that I have been buying that were basically out of budget. And this is our home money, which we didn't touch, so it still has $81. And this is where our emergency money, which was $107, plus our residual money from the previous paychecks, which was $129. So that was, I mean, I don't think I need to add it. And then $100 from this budget thing. So we said that we're supposed to have 105, right? 1 2 3 4 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 $105. Because this first paycheck of October was just so out of whack with the whole all of our bills being in the beginning of the month, and we didn't budget well, and I ended up going into my emergency and our residual. This is gonna be, I'm still gonna put it in emergency, but this is gonna be what we consider like our spending money, like emergency for any spending money, for, because this is pretty much what will step in for any envelopes that are running low and we need money, and so that we don't run to credit cards or using our buffer that we have in our debit accounts, then we can just come in here and use this. So that, because we do have a cushion in our checking accounts, and then we do have our credit cards as backup, but that's just, we don't really use them. But we're trying to really stick to this cash method for these 3 months to see how it works. So we really don't want to be getting into our cushion in our checkings accounts. So for that, we have this spending for cash envelope so that we can come and use this before we get our money from our checking accounts, so that we can keep saving then. So it was said it was 105, which we actually didn't even use because this is 107. So right here it was 107, and then we have 105 left. So we basically only used what, $2? So that's good, actually. We didn't really spend it. But we did, well, because this is actually, no, with this one was actually from checks from the previous check. I think it was September. Yeah, it was a total of $129 is what we had in this account, which is this right here. From paycheck number 1 from September, we had 129 leftovers from groceries and fund money that we didn't use. So that's pretty much what we used. But now it's gonna go into our spending, and hopefully we can have maybe a goal of like maybe 150, maybe like $300, probably be the best to have here. And that's it. Everything else we didn't touch. None of these travel, medical, fitness, daycare, home, we didn't touch that for this beginning of the October. And then that's it. I'm just gonna add up what I have here and put it over here, I guess. We didn't use that. We wanted to start gifts, but we definitely didn't even have room for that. So our emergency, we did end up using the 107, but I ended up using our paycheck. I guess I'm gonna put it here so that I can know. September rollover, which now we had 129 spent, and then now we have, so now this is gonna be 105, and all of this. Daycare is still 175, medical is still 100, travel is still 200. $319 plus 101 plus 25 plus 78 plus 130 plus 49, 702. But our total actually was this plus 107 plus 129, which equals $332. This is what we ended up starting with, but we still went over. But we're not including these two, were not included, but it's still, oh, okay. I didn't include here that the 130. So actually this is 2, because he had 130 here, which is what we didn't budget. I hope that makes sense. We didn't budget it, but I guess it makes sense over here. So we didn't go over here. Here we went over. This is a horrible 2 weeks of budgeting. This is how not to budget. And then 165 plus 30, 195 minus 319. So this one we went over 124. So negative, negative. I'm gonna put it as negative because it's credit. This one was fine, and this one was negative also. All that was negative. So that is that. So that's how our second week check-in went. Horrible. So I hope to plan better for this next paycheck, which is paycheck number 2. We actually have a lot more coming in. Not coming in, but left over to budget. But I'm gonna use this money to plan for this next month of November for paycheck number 1, because we do have all of these bills, which totals to this amount of bills, which leaves us to $211 again. So, and I had already done this budgeting for October like way ahead of time for this paycheck number 2, but definitely need to go over it again, because I did it in black pen. You can see when I did it, and I wasn't planning for the next pay period for the next I wasn't planning for the month of November. I was just planning for the month of October for that current 2 weeks. But because we are short for the following paycheck in November, I want to make sure that we can cover some of that. So if you guys want to see that, then please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. You would help out my channel a lot by doing that. And thank you guys so much for being here with me today. And see you guys later. Adios.